We are here at the Kopper Kettle Family Restaurant. Fantastic family restaurant, great food, and a lot of history here too. It's been here, as you can see, since 1971. So it just had its 51st birthday. So, yeah, 51 years. And I have a little story to tell you. At one time, this was the only thing out here, was the Kopper Kettle. All this here, all these buildings, most of these buildings out here were not here back in 71. They were building I-77 at the time. A lot of truck drivers would pass through here, get a great meal, hot meal. You can go here, pan around here so you can see what's here now. But this has gone through the test of time. It's I've been through a lot, and but yeah, the owners, let me tell you a little history about the owners. So many years ago, the owners immigrated here from Greece. And I've known them for years. And they had a boy and a girl. And Angelo and Sarah. And I grew up with both of them back in the 70s. And I first met them when I moved to the neighborhood back in 1977, and we've known each other ever since, pretty much. And but yeah, hard-working family. This used to be all the time. Their father George would come in here, constantly work to build this business, and he would be here early in the morning till late at night, just constantly putting out a great product for Kopper Kettle. The food is fantastic. But there came a time where a couple things happened over time. Sarah runs the restaurant now, and I'm gonna let her tell you the story. But yeah, I love that family, and I haven't seen the parents in a while, but they were a fantastic family, and yeah, had a lot of good times with them. So yeah, I'll let Sarah tell you a little bit about the restaurant and what's going on now. But let's go inside. I definitely want to get some food, and I'll show you the inside of the restaurant. So I'm inside the restaurant, sitting down, getting ready for my breakfast. I got my cup of coffee, and there's my friend Sarah. She's over there in the green. Of course, it's St. Patty's Day, and look at this. It is awesome. It's the original look. It's just as I remember it. Straight out of the 70s. It's amazing. Look at the bar stools. Isn't that awesome? So when you come here, you will definitely feel like you come back in time here at the Kopper Kettle. Fantastic restaurant. And what I'll do is, here's the menu, but what I'll do is I'll have the link to their site, and you can see the menu right there. So you can decide what you want to get when you come here to the Kopper Kettle. And on this side of the bar here, the bathroom's over there in case you need to use them. But there's a whole section over here. It used to be another lounge with a bar and everything. They don't have the bar anymore. Basically, it is breakfast and lunch now. But they used to have dinner here as well. But I'll show you in there too. I'm just going to do 2 eggs over easy with bacon. Let's do the hash browns and toast. That's it.
Keeping it simple.
Keeping it simple. So Sarah just put on Batman, so she'll switch out movies while you eat. It's pretty awesome. And I picked up a traditional breakfast here. Got the hash browns, we got the over easy A's, bacon, and toast. And Sarah just made this awesome dark chocolate cake.
With Baileys.
With Baileys in it. So if you get a few pieces, you might stumble out of here. And this is the lounge here. This is they added these windows here after Hurricane Hugo hit later on. So yeah, it used to be just a big wall at one time with a bunch of different paintings on it. But yeah, they added these after Hugo. It had some damage. So yeah, they put those in, brighten this up. But here's the old bar here. And they used to have dinners here, and this was a fully stocked bar at one time. But yeah, and it really hasn't changed too much through the years. So they did add the flat screens on there. You got the old AC unit in the wall there. They got they got 3 old AC units still in the wall. That's pretty cool. But yeah, this is the other part of the restaurant for additional seating. And yeah, they're always busy till lunchtime. So here we are at the Kopper Kettle, and we are with Sarah. And Sarah and I go back to 1977. That's when I first moved to Beverly Woods. And we hit it off pretty much right off the bat. When I went down there, and I think we were playing maybe football or something out front. But yeah, we go back a long way. So with the restaurant, when we were kids, you remember coming out here and you told me a story about driving a car when you were a kid.
Oh my God, yes. We had zero supervision. Dad would just give me the keys at like
and just go for a spin.
Oh, round and round the restaurant. Like when it was on Sundays, it was closed. He wouldn't let me do it, when there were other cars around. But yeah,
going around in circles.
He would be inside, and I would just have the car keys and just do whatever the hell I wanted to do.
When did do you know when your parents moved here from Greece?
In the 60s.
Right.
Early 60s.
Now, was just the both of them? Just the two of them?
Yes.
They came over.
They did.
Okay. Mm-hmm. And so your brother and you were born in Charlotte.
Correct. Memorial Hospital. Mm-hmm.
Wow. So, but yeah, when so tell me the story about up to that point. I know these windows were added after Hugo.
That's right.
And I remember when these were just wall.
Dark
in here.
Dark,
loungy,
smoky. Yes.
You were a counselor.
I was.
Now, where were you a counselor?
Various places. I worked different agencies.
Different agencies? Okay.
Yes.
So, in what year did you start here?
June 2nd, 2014.
2014. Okay.
It was after he had his first stroke.
Your dad's stroke. Okay. So,
yep.
We'll go back to being a kid real quick. What do you remember the most being in here? What was one of the? It was always a fun time.
It was a fun time.
And
what do you remember most about here?
Besides the smoke. No, I just remember we would run around. We'd do hide and seek. We'd do your dad would close up the shop sometimes. We'd come a few times, and.
Do you remember the jukebox? The
jukebox, yeah. We'd be playing the music in the jukebox. We'd play of that era. You'd have like the Cars and
Rod
Stewart. You'd have Journey. I remember I think you were a big Journey fan, right?
Willie Nelson.
Weren't you a big Journey fan?
Yeah.
And stuff like that. So it was like nostalgia.
Big Prince fan.
Big Prince fan.
Huge Prince. I don't think we had Prince on the jukebox.
I don't think you did.
Willie Nelson.
Right.
All that kind of
stuff.
Yeah.
You thought this was going to be a part-time job.
I thought it was going to be temporary.
Right.
He had his first stroke, and I was actually working in a hospital at the time as a health educator.
Okay.
And of course, we were all shocked, and it was difficult.
And you wanted to keep this going. This is now an icon.
Of course.
In the Charlotte area.
Yeah,
Kopper Kettle.
My dad wasn't able to, and my brother didn't want to, so I figured, and my degree was marketable, so I figured I'll resign from my job.
Right.
And see what's up here and see what we're going to do.
Right.
And then I'll just go and look for jobs
after
we figure it out. And after about 5 months of being here, I was like, I gave up all of my certifications, decided not to do any clinical supervisions, everything that's required to continue being a counselor.
Right.
I gave up and decided just to stay here.
Nice. I'm happy you did.
I love it.
The people are awesome that you come here, and these are people who have been coming here for 40
Some or for
since
50.
Since it opened up.
Yeah, we have a lady. She'll be here today. She comes every Thursday. She's been here since it opened.
Right.
Almost 51 years.
Well, let me tell you something cool about this place. I do remember, and I don't know if Sarah probably remembers, is that you're in the land of Crockett. And when I say Crockett, you're talking Crockett Productions. We grew up around the baseball field. We grew up around wrestling.
Oh, yeah.
So if you're a big wrestling fan out there watching the video, a lot of your championship wrestlers, like Ric Flair, Roddy Piper,
Blackjack
Mulligan, Greg Valentine, all those guys would come here at Kopper Kettle.
Ricky
Steamboat.
Yep.
Jay Youngblood.
Yes, there you go.
All those guys would come here and eat. So if you remember that, if you're a wrestler and you see this, Kopper Kettle's still here. Stop by and see Sarah.
Yes, please.
But yeah, and a lot of these wrestlers, Arn Anderson still lives in Charlotte.
Come back
to Kopper Kettle. It's still here, guys. So a lot of memories. The furniture's still the same.
Furniture's still the same.
The booths are still the same. The food is still awesome.
It is. It really is.
So, and Sarah's here. And you may have ran into Sarah back in the day when she was little Sarah.
A wild little
Sarah.
Yeah.
So, yeah, if you see this video, and if you're a wrestling fan, come to Kopper Kettle too and experience this restaurant because it is awesome. A lot of memories, a lot of nostalgia here. When you walk in the doorway, this restaurant will take you back in the 70s.
It will. It does.
Especially in our age now, it's like a lot of that's going away. So you've got to come here and experience this.
There aren't many of us left in Charlotte.
No.
The old diner types.
Koppel Grill, Athens, the original places are no longer there, but Kopper Kettle is still here.
Going.
And it's off 77. So in the description, I will have how to get here. And it's right off of 77, not far at all. Right off of Westinghouse Boulevard in is it Nations Ford?
Nations Ford.
So if you look in the description, I'll have the address. You'll be able to go see the menu and all that stuff, and come say hi to Sarah. She's awesome.
Yay! And
she'll be sure. And remember, it's no dinner, but it's breakfast and lunch.
From 5 a.m. till 2:30, Monday through Friday.
5 a.m.
5 a.m. 6 days a week.
So you're getting up at what? Too early.
I don't even want to say.
But yeah.
And Saturdays from 5 a.m. to 11:30, breakfast only.
Okay.
That has a different vibe. Saturdays do. It's like a lot of families and stuff.
Right.
A lot of fun.
Okay. So yeah, I just want to come by and share this with you, and we will keep this in our memory.
Thank you, Todd.
This video will live on.
Yay.
Even after we're gone. So hopefully it won't be anytime soon. But it's we need to record this. We need to keep this history alive for future. Yes. I love you, Sarah.
I love you too, Todd.
All right, honey.
Yes, thank you for coming out.
Oh yeah.
Great memories.
And here's a fun caricature of George running around, picking up the tables, getting them cleaned off for the customers. This has always been a fun cartoon of him. I love it. And this is a classic right here. Check that out. And this is one of Sarah's favorite paintings. And I do remember when we were kids, the Bar Hounds. This is awesome. I love that they still have it here. And this is one of Sarah's old customers from the beginning. Now, you said this was a house at one time before it was a restaurant, right?
Oh, yeah. And it was just a small 4-room house. And
wow.
A friend of mine lived here with his wife and 2 children, I believe. And I'd come visit him and that sort of thing. And they bought this and turned it into a restaurant. And of course, I've been coming ever since.
That is awesome. Thank you for sharing your story.
And one other thing, I was my ex just passed.
Right.
But she said, "That's my kitchen," talking about this place.
Right.
And says, "That's my kitchen," and so we went from there.
How long have you been coming here? 51 years.
Before it was a restaurant.
That's right.
That's right. Yeah. That just made it.
I love it. That is awesome. Thank you for sharing that story.
Okay.
Now, this was the original sign that used to be outside of Kopper Kettle. So you come in and get yourself something to eat. Tells you right where to go. Now, if you look carefully here, that marking right there, this is where the old Kopper Kettle sign used to be. As far as it used to look just like a kettle. It used to be right here on the wall years ago. But yeah, you still see the outline where it hung. Yeah, that was so cool. And Sarah was telling me, she's walking around with me out here and outside, right here, and she still has the original letters, but it used to be Kopper Kettle, huge letters, right along here, back in the day.
Font.
in the font. Oh yeah, in the font of the sign out front. But they used to be right here too years ago. I think I do remember those.
Yeah.
But they used to be right there on the side of the building. So that was awesome. Spending some time with my friend Sarah that I've known for over 40 years. And she gave me a piece of chocolate cake. Gonna bring this home to Connie. She loves her cake. And but that cake looked good. So yeah, if you're ever in the Pineville, Charlotte area, and again, I'll have all the information in the description on where to find Kopper Kettle. Come and say hi to Sarah. The food is awesome here. And you'll see the menu online on under the description. But yeah, it's been here since 1971. A lot of history here. So please come and spend some time here at Kopper Kettle. All right, guys, you take care. Bye-bye.